Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
No, we
Great.
got you 5 by 5.
Excellent. You'll notice the glasses. I'm having cataract surgery on Monday, so I can't wear my contact lenses until that is complete. That's great. And I will give Tananarive another minute to get on here. Okay, let me go check, and then I'll be right back, and we'll get things going. Ah, yes.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, right. We're doing the thing. I don't even have all my stuff ready. It's been so long, I forgot how to do this.
Yes. So people are going to have to bear with us for a moment.
Yes, backstage with us. Let me find a Life Writing podcast file.
We'll run a show.
Uh,
Mhm.
well, that part I can probably remember by now. Wouldn't that be nice if I finally memorized the opening? I'm just trying to get my effects up and ready to go. And then I'm going to share my computer sound.
Great. And I'm ready to go.
More audio, share, let Simeon
We have
in.
all sorts of nice people here today.
We do. We're so glad you're still sticking with us despite the long break. A month? Well, that's just because we've been traveling so much. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
know. We're right
We'll
in the
tell
mid-
you.
we are in the belly of the beast. What we
We'll
can
tell you.
promise you is that whenever we can do this, we will. That's our commitment.
And you know what? I'm just gonna wing it, honey. I know.
That's fine.
I know how to do this.
Okay.
So, welcome to the Life Writing Podcast. We're married authors and screenwriters and directors. Hello, Stephen Barnes.
And Tananarive do talk about writing during stressful times, breaking into Hollywood, and balancing life.
Every week, we'll have more tips on how to live your dream life while you create your dream project.
Even if it's only at the rate of one sentence a day. Life writing is the application of the tools of writing to life and the tools of life to your writing.
Hey, how about that? How about that? Right? Yes, I almost got it right.
That's right. Y'all must
I
have
did.
forgot.
We've only been doing that for 2 years, and it's only like like three sentences I have to remember. But anyway,
Yeah, but you have to actually care about memorizing it, and I don't. So,
true, true. So, wow. I guess there's nothing else to do, honey, except what we always do about this time, which is to talk about what's going on. I just want to say real quick, and I'm not necessarily starting first, but if you're
no,
on
go
the
right ahead.
video, if you're on the video, you see a suitcase behind me on the bed. That suitcase signifies that we are about to have our family vacation. It's too
Yeah,
short.
it's a yearly thing where we rent an Airbnb, and my daughter comes up from San Diego with her puppy, and we spend a couple days together, kind of just being grateful for life and giving, maybe dreaming about catching up and dreaming about the next year.
Absolutely. And it's just so fun because, Nikki has her own place, her own life. We live with our son Jason, but when all four of us are in the house together, it just seems like, oh, we all live together. It's a nice fantasy. It's a nice fantasy while it lasts. And we always try to get a place that has some fun extras. Steve doesn't even know about some of the fun extras at this
Great. I don't
property.
want to hear it. I don't want to
I'm not
hear
going
it.
to tell you anything,
Good.
but it's going to be a great property for all of us to explore, and it's walking distance or short drive from the beach.
Absolutely. So Jason will be taking his surfboard. I'll be getting my swim trunks. This is a blessed respite.
Yes.
You continue because I've got a lot to say, so I want to make sure that you've had a chance to get it out.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't even know hardly where to begin. So much has been going on. I guess the most important thing is that we just came back from our very first film festival as directors, the Black Star Film Festival. And we did not win any prizes, but we won everything, if that makes any sense, because we got to see our short film on a big screen. I'm going to get teary on a big screen, and we got to hear the audience
Now you need to understand
cheer
that is
for a 10-year-old
literally
star.
the culmination of my last lifetime childhood goal.
Yeah.
Literally, I now can say honestly that I did everything that I wanted to do when I was a kid. I didn't realize this until a couple days before because I thought that the goal was feature motion picture. But I realized, no, as a kid, what I would have said was movie. I would have said my own movie. And The Keeper is a movie. It's a
It
short
sure
movie.
is.
But why deny the kid inside me the satisfaction of saying, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for my entire life. Because now I can close my door on that. And that first chunk of my life is perfect. It sits as it is. I was telling Tanandra, I have no regrets from this point forward. It's everything. Now I get to ask, what's next for me and my family?
And
And
we
that's
got a
what we're
hint.
doing
We
for
got a
people
little bit
well.
of a hint. I'm not going to give any details, but it's sort of the dream you have as a filmmaker when you're in a short film festival, besides winning prizes. Of course, that's what everybody hopes for. But the real dream is you're trying to make a feature. So
No, no, we're
after
making a feature.
we're making a feature. So after our screening, while the people who had seen the movie were coming up to talk to us, a woman came up and, she represented a
A
funder,
certain organization.
yeah, funder. And she's like, I know you all are working with producers and whatever, but can we be involved? And we have a program and can we talk to you? And it's like, we don't know if that'll ever come to anything, but it just felt so like, oh my God, that's like it's supposed to happen. I felt like that scene in the movie, Steve, when you're a band and it's that obligatory scene in every movie about a band where they hear their song on the radio for the first time.
I thought it's more like that point where a legitimate producer comes up and
Uh,
gives them his card and says,
Well,
you
it
know,
felt
come
bigger
and
than
talk
that
to
to
me.
me. But yeah, I mean, technically it is more that moment, but it felt like the radio moment. It felt
Sure.
like, oh my God, we're sharing our art with the world. And they're showing appreciation. And we got a great
People were
review.
laughing and
Yes.
gasping and applauding exactly where we hoped they would. In other words, we did the job. I mean,
And
it's
some
like,
places we weren't expecting, honestly.
yeah,
There were some, because they were laughing because they were nervous. See, there was a point where they were laughing nervously. I was like, oh, we got you. We got you. You're trying to laugh the
yeah.
front
It's
like you're not
always,
scared.
I think it's always the same place. It's the dinner table scene. It's the you had a birthday scene.
Oh
That
yeah.
that scene, some people said it's too long. I think it's the heart of
I
the piece.
know. They were always trying to get us to cut that scene. And
No,
then at the end they were like, okay, well, if you can't cut it anymore, can you make the music scarier? Like they kept tinkering with that scene. That scene is the whole centerpiece of the film, really, in a
it's a
lot of
moment at
ways.
which you believe in their relationship and you believe in that world. And
Yes.
if you don't believe in that world and that relationship, nothing else matters.
No, nothing matters.
So
So that's
what
my
I wanted
piece.
to say is that we've had our premiere and the movie The Keeper will start streaming next month from Samansa, the company that funded it. Um, so we're in this pause between the first time it's been shown and the time that is available to the public. We're also in a pause between the short and the feature. But there are other things that are going on. My latest novel came out last month. Tananari's next novel comes out next month.
Oh yeah. Sucky
You know,
sucky now.
um, there are other things as well. But we're looking at all this, and I just remember that this weekend, this this weekend of relaxation with the family is the pause between one action and the next. And one of the secrets to life is to be able to take a pause between stimulus and response. that 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 when you are given a stimulus by life, somebody says something, something happens, you then have a reaction. Your immediate reaction is who you were in the past. If you pause, that's who you are in the moment. And if you ask, is it true? Is it kind? Is it useful? The three gates, perfect filter for this in terms of what has happened and how you're going to respond to it. If you can take a breath and pause between your initial reaction and your response after you have paused, your response is your gift to your future self. That you're asking, what is the way I could respond that is building the person I'm committed to being in a year? Who are am I going to be in a year? Who do I want to be? And I know I want these these books to be out, obviously. There are another couple of books I want to be finished. There's a movie that I want to be in production on. Be nice if we were in post production on it. And
Oh, wouldn't
now
that be great?
we are seeing how we can take a step that the money that these people might be willing to put in for us could be enough for us to open a production office and hire an assistant to help us do the virtual production, to roll off some of those responsibilities so we can take a breath and say, okay, what is the stuff that's critical for us to do? Only we can create the vision of the film. Only we can present that vision to the people who have the money to be able to fund it. And we're looking for a substantial amount of money. So neither of us have ever run a business, but that's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about Dark Dream Productions, our production company, becoming even more real. How do we do that? We have so much to learn. We have got to create a business plan and then present it to everyone we know who is rich. Everyone we know who has already been through this process. Our friends and fans have wonderful ideas, but if you've never managed millions of dollars to make, if you've managed millions of dollars to get a movie made, you have exactly the knowledge that we need to do this. Everybody else has opinions. What we're looking for is what has actually worked, and stair stepping our way to a virtual production office, becoming managers, documenting everything we're doing so that we can hire somebody who can do anything that we don't have to do. Eventually, hire somebody to do everything that we don't have fun doing. Because if it's that core creativity and we're having a good time doing it, that's when we're giving the world the greatest value and we're operating at our best. Anything that somebody else can do, let them do it. And so we need to become employers. We need to be using every tool we have to create a system that starts with just us and then adds one person who is, who's willing to work for the money we can afford to pay, for a given period of time, with the idea this is how we stair step to hiring more people and giving this person advancement. So what do they want? How is working with us forwarding their dreams? And for everyone who joins us we have to create a clear vision. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. This is why we are doing it. And we're looking for people who are aligned with those things. I can get that far. I can see the horizon, which isn't that far away. But once I get to the horizon, I'll see further. I have a certain set of skills. Tananarive has a certain set of skills. We have allies and friends and mentors who have other skills. And we're going to be tapping into that every day. Every day, just taking one step, 5, 6 days a week. What's the step that we took today? Are we getting a little further to the horizon so we can see just a little bit further what's on the other side of it? But we don't have to know how to do this whole thing. We
I
just
mean, the people we
go
were
ahead.
a year ago, how 6 months ago, would be so proud of the Zoom we had yesterday with this woman we met at the film festival. She's going to meet with our reps. So it wasn't, as strictly a business meeting as it could have been. That's not our job. We're the creatives, but we could lay out our vision for what we wanted to do, the budget that we thought our film would cost without blinking. because it's a lot of it's zeros, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I found I was very surprised that I was able to tell her the budget we had in mind without a flicker. It's like, wow, we made the ask. You know, that is just the hardest part. It's like any sales process. Marketing is telling people what you got. Sales is asking for them to put their money in your pocket. How many people break down at that point because the voices in your head saying you're not worth that? How can you ask for that? Nobody's going to give you that. That's
But see,
ridiculous.
we've learned from experience because we mentioned a smaller figure when we were talking to another ally, and he almost laughed. So we're like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna double that the next time someone asks us what.
Yeah,
That's basically what we
he
did.
wanted us to more than triple what we were asking for.
Yeah.
I I I I respect that, but I also feel like twice I can see how to do it for twice what we asked. I'm being deliberately oblique about this.
I mean,
Uh,
roughly what Get Out cost. You know, Get Out was Jordan Peele's first movie.
right, right.
He
Roughly
only,
what Get Out cost. We can do
yeah,
it for that much money. We can take a
yeah.
look that we took a look at what it cost us to do uh, uh, the short film, The Keeper,
Hmm.
and then so how much per minute was that for 23-minute film? Multiply that across to 100 minutes, then multiply that figure a couple times to create absolute safety nets. And then figure out, once we get that, figure out how we can make the movie for 80% of that so that we've got a 20% cushion for emergencies. Because life is what happens while you are making other plans. No matter what you say, stuff's going to go wrong. So if I want fudge factors everywhere so that we can and then I want to plan every shot, every scene as carefully as possible so we know exactly what it's going to look like. And everybody involved says, if we can do what we've planned to do here, we've got this. And we don't need luck. We don't need, some sort of a breakthrough technology. It is just hiring the best actors, the best cinematographers, people who can work with digital special effects, um, people who know how to manage sets, people, making sure that all our people are taken care of, that the catering is good, the places that they're living, while we're making it for 2 weeks, let's say, we have to create a little colony, and everybody in there, we know each other. We're in each other's pockets for a couple of weeks. We're eating together. We're partying together. We're working hard during the day, and we're making something everyone can be proud of. We've got
Okay,
to,
but as long as no
yeah.
one looks me in the eye. No, I'm kidding. That's a diva move.
That's
That's a
right.
writer. People
But
put their
make sure that
contracts.
everyone
No
calls
one.
you Miss Do,
Yes,
and not by your first name. Nobody
I
gets
think
it just
Madame do. Madam
Madame
Director.
Do.
You know what's funny,
I
and we're
often
not.
refer to you that way, almost.
I will tell my one diva story from a shoot
Yeah,
where I had a
please.
diva moment, something I wanted to say and I didn't. I don't know if any of you have seen the movie State and Maine with honey, who stars in State and Maine? He's that guy from Fargo. William Macy
William H. Macy.
plays the a-hole director.
Just the,
And at one point when we were on our shoot, Steve and I were wearing t-shirts that said director because we're excited. We've never directed anything. And one of the guys who had been hired in lighting, I think it was, or electric, someone who had been brought in by the cinematographer that we didn't know, he brought in his own team, which is so great. You hire a guy, he hires people. Uh, the guy walked past me and saw
yeah,
me in my
that's the first
shirt.
lesson, by the way, before you go on. Surround yourself with really talented people who know more than you do and trust them to do it.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
absolutely. So I'm there in my director shirt trying to like get my sea legs as we're on set, and the guy walks by me and he's like, "Are you the director?" Like this really deadpan, sarcastic as he's walking by. It was like a drive-by. And I thought at that moment from State and Maine when William H. Macy looks at someone who has pissed him off and it says, "Is it too late to fire him?" That was what was in my mind.
And you
I
should have
didn't
said it.
say it. I didn't say it because that's
You
not
should have.
how I roll. But I mean, in retrospect, I get it. We look corny as hell in those t-shirts. But yeah, I'm the director, baby. Anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Well,
And we're not just bragging about what a great time we had at the film festival or the fact that we're going to make a movie. Everything we do is breadcrumbs so that you all hopefully will be inspired with whatever big projects, like something big,
yeah.
big, like
Also, I want you to think because we're going to be talking about this a lot because there are logistical things, there are emotional things, there are physical things. We're in training. We're literally in physical training to be able to sustain a high energy level for 10 hours a day for 2 weeks. Literally, what is it required and how do we have to eat? How much rest do we need to get? What kind of spa do we need? What kind of assistance do we need to
yeah,
be able to go there and give it everything? 10
because
hours a day for 2 weeks.
during the first shoot, the very first day, it's 10 o'clock at night, and they were just doing some setups and stuff that didn't even involve the cast. And I asked our executive, can we leave? And she was like, just containing how appalled she was. She was very polite about it. She's like, oh no, that
But
would be
one thing we
bad.
can
That would
do,
be bad for morale, she said.
one thing we can do that we can set up from the very beginning is that there doesn't have to be both of us on the set at the same
Right.
time.
Absolutely
Because
not.
we're taking care of other things. And if they get used to that from pre-production on, then if one of us is exhausted, as long as we have everything laid out, go take a nap.
They'll be
I've got it covered, T. You go take a
they're
nap. Or
they're gonna be
I
playing
need
us.
to take one.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing us like we're parents, like, oh wait, let's ask Steve this one instead of Tananarive, or let's ask Tananarive, not Steve.
But you understand that that requires that we be totally on the same page.
Of course, of
And so
course.
so we need to check in with ourselves every day. Then we need to check in with each other every day. And we need to check in with our each other and Jason every day, our son, because it this doesn't work unless it benefits the whole family. Then it's going to be checking in with the other people, the most important assistants, and getting their reports from how they reached everybody else, and then making sure that there is one address to the entire team every day so that they understand exactly what we're doing, exactly what needs to be required today, and that how much we appreciate them, and hopefully making it fun. What Quentin Tarantino does to his case. He says, "Why are we doing this?" And everybody says, "Because we love making movies." To tap into the joy. Why did they want to do this in the first place? And to understand that we want to create a situation where everyone sees exactly how working with us is furthering their dream. If they don't see, if they're doing this just for the money, I don't want to hire them. But if they're doing it because this could be a step in their process and they're making money. Now we're talking about a family for just 2 weeks. We're going to take care of each other. We're going to watch each other's backs. We're going to make sure that nobody's spinning out. That we're going to help each other. If you see something, say something, do something. And if we can do that with total sincerity, I believe, I watched our grandma, and you'll be able to see the movie next month. I watched the woman who plays our grandma, Janelle Allen, um, teaching the little girl Jolie. And I watched that transmission from the older actress to the younger actress. And it was a sacred and beautiful thing. This is how you do this, sweetheart. It's like they built a relationship and it shows on the screen. And
It
I'm going to
does.
let these people who are more experienced than us show me how to do this. Teach me, Sifu. What is this?
Hey,
And
Steve. Oh,
yes,
I just had a
what's it?
thought.
Yeah,
Why don't we run the trailer? Because people who are listening can hear the audio, and people who are here can see it.
absolutely.
I could
Do it.
run that trailer because this is a trailer Samantha made. So our investor is in Japan. It's for those of you who don't know, because we talk about this all the time, but it's like a Netflix for short films. It's a platform that just specializes in short films, and they've monetized it so they could afford the kind of budget they offered us to make this movie. So let me go ahead and do a traditional share of my screen. Can you guys see that? Like how many tabs I have
I can
open?
see it.
Okay. Everybody is in my business now. Let me try to make it full screen. And oh, share computer sound. I think I'm already doing that. Nope, it was off. Optimized for sharing. Okay, here we go.
I wish there were no drunk drivers. I wish mommy and daddy didn't die.
My wish is that I keep you safe. It's a gift from my father, from his mother. Before that, never forget, a little girl has to stay out of the system.
I'm scared!
If something happens, they will take you. Don't let them. It lives in the shadows. He called it the Keeper.
How about that? How about that? Starting to feel real now, huh? Starting to feel real.
So, so what are your thoughts, people? Does that if you like that kind of film, is that the kind of film you like?
Yeah, and that's not even the music from the movie. They did choose good stock music, but our wait till you hear the music from our Emmy nominated composer, Cameron Moody. He didn't get an Emmy nomination from us, but he's like a kid. He's like 22, 23 years old. We hired him because he was the one that I didn't have to go through a rep to hire. Literally, it was just his Gmail because reps know how to filter for those projects where their 15% isn't going to pay for gas money.
So
So,
a lot of any artistic endeavor is sweat equity.
yeah,
We've put in a lot of time, made a lot of relationships over the years. Also, who do you know? And I was in our walk this morning, just to kind of clear our heads and get the blood running and talk about the day. We were talking about some of the people that we know who might, it's like, who are the actors that we know, names that we could conceivably approach about taking small roles. It wouldn't take
small
them more than a
part.
single day to
Yeah.
shoot everything that we need from them, but we could actually use their names to raise money and would be willing, in other words, to help us get going. If we have been good to them, if we have been true, if we've been good friends, then they might be willing to, that the Kickstarter money helps us to start an office. Let's say we were to do that. Whatever money comes in at the very beginning, we could get
Rosebud.
started. Rosebud, the money that we get to start things up can be used to start a virtual office. One of the plans would be to create the best package of the movie, the skills, the people that we're bringing in, and if we've got a couple of names, even if they appear only in small segments, that will help us to raise additional money. So it's getting the ball rolling with our energy to attract small amounts of money and people with whom we have pre-existing relationships that then leverage us into the next steps. With the whole thing is we have to learn as fast as we can so that we are always ahead of the ball. That we I do not know today the things I'll need to know a month from now. But by the time I get there, I have to have confidence that I can. That's an important thing. The attitude needs to be honest about what you don't know, but also confident that you have the ability to learn. I can't do this yet. I
And,
don't know how to do this, but I'll ask and learn.
and by the way, that does apply to any big dream or project in your life, whether it's writing, learning how to dance. We're learning tap dancing, something I've always wanted to do. Check out my Instagram to see my progress. But particularly, I don't know who's here. I don't know if there's someone who has thought about making a short film and couldn't quite wrap their mind around it, which is where we were a few years ago. But we are teaching a master class, Make Your Short Film, September 12th, and we've extended the early registration price. We did not raise the price because we were having so much fun at the film festival and all that. We literally forgot all about it. But why not leave it at the current price for now? So check
Yeah,
it out at Hollywood Loophole. hollywoodloophole.com. The reason we call it a loophole is because you're not waiting for gatekeepers to give you permission to live your dream. You're living your dream without the gatekeepers.
Yeah,
So
we
if you're
figured out that the explosion in the internet makes it possible to make a movie and distribute it at dirt cheap. It might not be a fancy movie.
comparatively,
It might not be, oh, you can do it for free.
yeah,
You can do it for free. We figured that out. And then you can use what you've done for free to stair step yourself just as we are doing it. Only now you have us telling you one way that's working and you can observe what's happening with us. We don't know what's going to happen, but we're documenting every step of this and we're teaching it as fast as we get it. And if you can learn, what we suggest is whatever goal you have, divide up, find what the smallest unit of work that if repeated 100 times would take you to the end of that road, would really do that for you. Then the ideal situation on average is to do one of those, commit to doing one of those pieces a day. A larger goal might be one of those pieces every week. Okay. If it's one of those pieces every month, then it would take you 10 years to get it. And there are some goals that are worth that. Okay. But most goals can be done with one piece per day or one piece per week. One piece per week, that's 2 years. That's an AA degree. If you can do this every week, you can get to here. And that's that whole thing about, selling your first short story. That I can guarantee you that you're going to do it in less than 2 years, as long as you're willing to accept that it might take 2 years. That if you've made your peace with that, then you look at every rejection slip and it's just data. It's just a statistical point. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It meant that you already resolved it. I have to have 100 failures before I can guarantee my success. And what we have seen in writing is that people who are willing to think that way will sell their first story way before number 100. In fact, nobody has gotten past story 25. On average, it's about story 10 or less once they have made the commitment and they're following our advice. So I think that I'm now attempting to apply that in some very specific ways to weight because after, that I need to lose about 14 pounds, 13 pounds. And if this approach works for that, because Tananarive was able to do better than that. How much did you lose, sweetheart?
30 pounds.
30 pounds. So we are
Uh,
applying the same methodology across all three domains. The idea being minimum expenditure of time, maximum efficiency of effort, and no sense of deprivation. It's fascinating, and we're teaching you guys as fast as possible. So, sweetheart, if there's anything left that you want to say,
I'm done. Let's open it up. I
let's
say.
open it up. So you guys ask questions about anything that we have said or anything that's happening in your lives that you'd like to workshop, or if you want to talk about a positive result or an issue, raise your hands. Let's get the party started.
It doesn't have to have anything to do with making a movie.
That's right. It could be about writing, it could be about life, but
Benta's hand is up.
okay.
Hello. Oh, you guys can't see me. But hi, everyone. Happy to be back here. First, I want to say I love the trailer. I'm really excited. I do have a question, and then I have like a positive update. I'll do the update first. Update is since I last committed to belly dancing every day and working on my fitness, I have been doing that. And last time I didn't even really celebrate the fact that I have lost 25 pounds since the beginning of the year.
Oh, you've
And
got to celebrate right
Fantastic.
now. Right now, people. Give this woman her love.
thank you, thank you. And it's like I've been consistent with keeping that off, right? So I've been
Beautiful.
staying consistent with everything.
So you made
And
some lifestyle changes.
yes, I've made the lifestyle changes, and in the past, the past me would have like gone back when life changes, then I change my, my practices, but I've been able to maintain them even with things going on. So
That's
I
so
feel really
great.
good about that. Um,
That's
So
wonderful.
writing, doing my one sentence a day, what I really need to do now is work on the submission part and editing. which is the
Yeah,
hardest
that's
part.
that fourth step or the third step. It's, write a sentence a day, 1 to 4 short stories a month, finish and submit. So that's the third step. So it you do it in that order, and you will notice how often people try to skip over that step. When they do that, they're not developing the emotional muscle of being able to say, rejection slip, screw it, I'm going to keep going. That you literally, that flash of pain or fear or whatever it is that comes up, if you don't learn how to deal with that, life will kick your butt. So
So
it's like there's no way around it. You've got to deal with it. So if you know that it's there, you can say, okay, I'm having a hard time sending my stories in. Let's brainstorm how to deal with those emotions. Where does it come from? What are the voices in my head telling me I'm not good enough? Whatever it is, as long as you deal with the problem in that order, we can help you. We'll get you there. It's
have you
like,
started a submission strategy?
So I have magazines that I want to submit to, and I know like when they're opening up, like I know like there's three, there's Faya, there's Strange Horizons, there's Clark's World,
Mm.
there's like a few other ones that are smaller. This one I can never remember how to pronounce the name, but it starts with a K, and they're really, yeah. So those are the ones that I want to submit to, and I'm like tracking all of the dates that are open. The last one passed, and I didn't submit to, and I didn't have a reason other than I was just procrastinating and didn't finish editing the story,
Okay,
which
well,
okay,
that'll be a cautionary tale for the future.
yeah. So what's critical here is you don't judge yourself. You just write down what your intentions were and what you did. And then if you didn't do what your intentions were, then you ask yourself, okay, what stopped me? But notice if you start going into, I'm bad, I'm wrong, because the little girl inside you that does this creativity needs her mommy to love her. And for mommy to say, finish your homework, I'll send it to teacher. So it's the adult part of you that submits the stories, but it's the kid part of you that has to write them. So it's you have to love that little girl because she wants to be good for you and she wants the world to love her and she's afraid of rejection because she's had those problems in the past. So if you look at that directly without guilt, blame, or shame, it's just data. Oh, this is how I stop myself. And further, you'll be able to look at other things you've done in your life and see the same patterns. The same patterns of breaking your promise to yourself, not telling yourself the truth, not admitting what's going on. And the fact that that is the case is part of what we're building into this system that we're creating. I want to create an app where all you do is you put in what you did. You put in what your intentions are and what you did, and the app does all the rest. You don't have to do anything except tell the truth. If you will do that, you're already ahead of the game. Most people don't decide what they want. Most people don't tell the truth about what they did. Most people blame the outside world rather than take responsibility for the things that they can do. If you take that responsibility, then we can move you forward and it's all going to be fine.
thank
You
you. I
lost
really
25 pounds, you can do anything.
this
That
is great.
literally, in order to do that, you had to control your body, your heart, and your mind. And that means that the same disciplines, the same lessons will work in your emotional life and in your career life. Go through your body to get to your heart or your mind, or go through your heart to get to your body and your mind. But don't try to do it just by thinking your way through it. Don't go from your head. Your head got you into the problem. It's not going to dig you out. But actions taken with your body or looking at what's happening in your heart, those will get you out. Okay?
Thank you. I
Does
did
that
have a
help?
question about the keeper, if you
Yeah.
have time for that. I was wondering, it's kind of related to this, but were there any kind of hard lines you had with the script or things that you had to negotiate that were challenging in terms of one person wanting something in or working through like the production of it, and there was just something that felt really
John Reed, you want to
important?
handle that? Um, we had hard lines in terms of, okay, we've got X amount of money, not X plus Y amount of money, and we have to do it.
So was the
So
question, were there things that we had to sacrifice?
Yeah,
sacrifice.
like more like sacrifice or negotiate, and like how did you make those decisions about like, no, I'm not willing to compromise this, or okay, this is the budget, or this is more important, so I'm willing to let that go, if that makes sense.
One thing we did sacrifice and later regretted came back to bite us. There was a moment where some food appears in this little girl's life. A plate of food appears. And they were writing us, the first AD who's looking at the schedule, going, we don't have time. And we have a minor on the set as our star. So we had to shoot her out by 11 o'clock on weekdays and I think midnight on weekends. Like you cannot go over. It's illegal. So we had to make some tough choices about cutting scenes, and this was a mistake. It turned out that we had to go back and do reshoots that cost us personally thousands of dollars we had to contribute toward because the investor wanted the reshoots and only paid a certain amount. So guess who had to make up the difference? And I don't know how that could have gone differently because in the moment, we really just did not have the time to shoot everything we wanted to shoot. And I'm not sure, but the thing that I hope I will have learned for the next movie is to better understand the impact of removing a scene like that. It seems on one level like a small thing. We've already shown this dynamic in this scene and in this scene and in this scene. Surely the audience will understand. No, the audience did not understand. When we cut that out, it made it more difficult for the audience to understand the dynamic. Um, so yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how we get around it next time, but having a better idea of how all of these images and scenes are in interaction with each other and in conversation with each other, hopefully will make us wiser so that we can make a better choice for a cut next time.
Yeah, there's a way in which your edits are like playing a game of Jenga. There are things you can take out and it's okay. And if you can take it out and it doesn't change things, it probably doesn't belong there. But there are certain things, if you take it out, everything collapses. Choices that are just wrong. And sometimes the money people do not understand the thematic core of what it is that you're doing or want that thematic core to change. And you have to be prepared to say no. You have to
Yeah.
know what are the things that you will not compromise on, that you will walk away rather than compromise X or Y. Once you know that, then the rest of the alphabet is negotiable because you know what your course. And the same thing is true in relationships. You have to know what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not. The stuff that you're willing to tolerate, that's flexible. But there are certain things you will not treat me this way. The same things are true with your finances. What is your absolute drop dead amount of money that you need to make? And if you don't make that, you go into emergency mode. So if you know what that number is, then what happens is that people generally, their finances will fall to the point that their emergency goes off, their emergency buttons go off. So if you wait until that emergency is you're losing your house,
Oh
that's a
gosh.
problem. So you set emergency to 20% more than that, or something like that, so that you hit what most people only hit emergency when you get down to the last X thousands of dollars in your bank. So you've got time to make plans. You got time to do things. How long does it take you to make that up? It takes you 3 months, you have discovered. So the first thing you have to do is move heaven and earth to get 3 months of your bills in the bank. Heaven and earth, no rest. I mean, just not well, not no rest. I don't literally mean that, but you treat that as if this is do or die. Once you've got whatever that minimum is, the rest of it is much more flexible.
I
Same
want to
thing.
go
Go ahead.
go back to the set for a minute because, I've been thinking about this in recent days. We had a
I
lot of
bet.
smart people working on set with us, some of whom are directors in their own right, right? Like our production designer is also a director. Our editor probably should be a director. He's very, very smart. Our editor was on set every day to make sure, like Otis is talking about the coverage and the things, he tried to think of everything and he thought of almost everything. But sometimes they made suggestions that were smart, but not right for us. And no, like for instance, our editor made a suggestion that our young actress should have a wide grin on her face in a certain scene. And we were both like, no, 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 small smile. And it was very important that it be a small smile and not a grin. It's like little things like that. And when you see the movie, I think you'll know it's toward the end. You'll know exactly what we're talking about because a wide grin is too much. And then the production designer made a suggestion that we liked. Like as a horror director, he saw it. He thought we were repeating something too often. Let's mix it up and do it this way. Sure. I'm going to take my ego out of it. Despite my little diva moment, I'm the director, but knowing how to take good advice is as important as knowing how to refuse bad advice.
And the only way you know an advice is good is by having clarity on what you want to achieve.
You
Once
know the
what you
project.
want to achieve, and you've studied the people who have achieved it, you then can create a map on how to get there by studying people who've already done the thing that you have done. Then you simply don't do anything that isn't taking you in the direction of your dream. Your dream should include, your physical health, should include your emotional health yourself and relationship, and your finances. You know what you want those things to be. Then chip away everything that doesn't look like an elephant. Remove from your life everything that isn't taking you on, it isn't helping you fulfill your destiny. Why are you doing it if it isn't making you healthier, happier, or being of greater service to the world? Why would you do it? So you got to have standards so that you know what you're willing to bend on and what you will say no. And that same thing is true in like self-defense. That there are certain things I'm willing to tolerate from somebody. There are other things I will not. At that point, something else gets triggered. But until you reach that point, I can be polite. I can be nice. I can offer them my wallet, whatever, because those are not things I'm willing to die for. But touch my family. That's different. The entire situation has changed. The better you know yourself and who you really are, the easier it is to have not a shell, but a spine. You know how far you can bend, but this far and no further. And you have to mean it. People can people can feel when you mean it. When you've got real boundaries, they can feel it. But they will probe for your weaknesses. They will probe, can I get away with this? Can I get away with this? And the people on a set, everybody's wondering, who's the boss? Who's the boss? We're the boss. We're the ones. We are that bitch. Right there. We'll be as friendly as we can possibly be. But don't forget, we're the ones. And the more you do your job, Clint Eastwood was notorious for having a very relaxed set where he would ask somebody one time and they would do it. He'd work those people over and over again. And if the first take worked, that's it. Print, let's move on. That's what we want. We want to be as relaxed as possible. Surround ourselves with people with whom we can be honest. We can be ourselves, and they will get the job done. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
And then
Okay, I
some,
saw
I bet.
somebody else have their hand up. Who
It's
was that? Sarah, somebody? Who? Sarah Ellis, did you have your hand up?
I
No?
do. Oh.
Okay, so it works like this. Volunteer or you will be voluntold. Somebody ask us. There we go.
Margot's
Margot.
handed up.
Okay, Margot, go.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Can you
Um,
turn your camera on?
no, I
Oh,
can't.
well, don't worry about it then. What can we do for you?
Okay, I was calling. I'm calling. Oh my gosh. I wanted to ask about, so I'm a big fan of manifestation, and I feel like, I don't know if it's the time period or if everyone is feeling kind of, I'm gonna say clogged. I feel like I was able to manifest so many things beforehand. Like every book that I did, I saw it and I saw it, like I conjured it into production. I know that sounds weird, but that's how I see it,
It's
and that's how
okay. You don't have to apologize for yourself here. We believe in manifestation too, but we believe it within certain rules. So go
yeah.
ahead, please.
But now I feel like I'm going through the motions of applying for things, submitting things, and it's just kind of stuck.
What's
And
your
I'm not
goal?
really seeing, I'm sorry.
What's your goal?
My goal is to, with the short stories, I'm trying to actually get into a publication, a horror publication, which hasn't happened yet.
Okay, so let's drill down on that. Are you published?
In nonfiction.
Okay, so you're not publishing fiction. You're working on short stories, right?
Yes.
Okay, and have you submitted them?
Yes.
Okay, how many stories have you submitted?
Two.
Okay, and you
Oh,
are once they
just
come
starting.
back, you're submitting them to the next place. You have like a list of places you're going to submit, right?
Yes.
When it comes back. Okay, so if you will commit our program, the life writing, life writing process says you commit to writing 100 stories. And it's, you write a story, you write a sentence a day, a story, 1 to 4 short stories a week, and you submit one per month. If you can commit to those things, then you'll see, then I can ask you, where are you stopped? Are you not writing a sentence? Are you not finishing a story? Or are you not submitting the stories?
That's what I'm not doing. You said one a month. I'm waiting. Like it takes a while for them to get back. Only one
No,
came.
you do not wait. While
Yeah,
you
that's
send out
the
a
problem.
story, you start working on the next story. The train keeps moving. Don't worry about the quality of the stories. Worry about the integrity of your process. The system is what you need to measure from, not their system. If you do the system, you'll get the results. You just will. It's like don't worry about the quality of stories. Do the best story that you can that month and move on to the next one. Write shorter stories if necessary, so you have more time to polish it. But if you will do that, we can get you there. So do you want our help on this?
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely.
So that's the thing. You will write at least one story per month. You're going to submit it. When it gets rejected, say hallelujah and send it right back out and keep working on your next story. If you will do that, then all we have to do is to continue to educate your process so that you're constantly upgrading your reading, you're constantly understanding more and more about your technique, and you're constantly engaging with your emotions about the process. Does that make sense to you?
That makes sense. I think I've just been pausing, just getting caught up with everything else I have to do, like the responsibilities of adulthood. But I
Hmm.
really
Yes.
could be
Which is
turning out
why
a lot more.
look, you could aim at a one-page story.
Yeah, yeah.
You could aim at a very, very short story so that you're staying on track. If your
Mhm.
mind is saying, well, what I want to do is I want to write 50-page stories and I can't write a 50-page story in a month, so forget the whole thing. That's what our mind does.
Yeah.
You make it small enough so that if you're writing a sentence a day, there is never a legitimate reason to not write a sentence in a day. If
And
you're
and
doing, go ahead.
if I could just jump in here also,
Absolutely.
especially when you're dealing with the submission process and the long waits and why we actually advise against endless rewriting unless an editor has told you to rewrite. Or maybe like in the beginning you have beta readers, like we have a workshop, life writing professional workshop. Those are beta readers. Yeah, you polish based on what they say, but the reason we say don't keep just endlessly polishing sort of in the dark is because for me anyway, the creation part is the joy. And I think it's misplaced use of joy to try to endlessly rewrite something in the dark when you don't know why they're not accepting it, as opposed to going on to the next project and getting in touch with a new character, a new dilemma. It's fun. It's fun to write a story. That's why we do this.
Mhm.
Submitting is not fun. Editing can be fun, but at a certain point, it can also be just a waste of energy that could be better directed toward the creation of something that's going to feed you instead of taking away from you.
Yeah,
So
I
you
think
want
that
to feed yourself.
if I were to look at what part of the process is the most fun, it's planning, it's creating the outline and balancing the story elements, and then it's the creation of the first draft is sort of gut work. It's just doing the work. But then the editing process, where I am looking at what I did and discovering and knitting things together. That's fun too. So there's fun, work, fun for me.
And I want to put up a visual representation of manifestation. When I bought this clapper, which I think I bought either at an airport, LAX, or Universal Studios or something like that, as soon as I got home, I wrote the keeper. Sorry, my cat is trying to get to my food. As soon as I got home, I wrote the keeper on it because back then we were still submitting the script. We were hoping to make a jump directly to a feature, and this was my visual reminder of like what we're trying to manifest. So maybe you can
And okay,
have an object.
the
Go
law of
on.
attraction is very interesting, but the book, one of the books that the law of attraction was based on was called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And what I extracted from that book suggests a major the we can get some real clarity and we can see what's generally missing. What's generally missing is okay, so it's if you want something enough, it will come to you. That's fine. But how do you know when you want something enough? I say you know you want something enough when you get your butt off the couch and work like hell for it. That it doesn't come because you want it unless you measure wanting it and how hard you work for it. That's what does it. That you have to take action. You have to take continuous action. Every day you need to know what action you need to take. That is how you attract luck. The magic formula is you have a map, it's MAGIC. M is you have a map or model of how to do it, expressed in continuous action. A is action. What is it you have to do every day? We've defined what you do every day, every week, every month. The G is gratitude. Gratitude is the way you create faith. It's an antidote for fear. If you're grateful for what you already have, it's easy to have gratitude for or to have faith in what might come tomorrow. I is clear intention. What exactly are you trying to accomplish and when exactly do you expect it to happen? And then the C is child. Your goals have to line up ideally with the dreams you had as a child. Because what's going to be important is being able to motivate yourself to get out of bed. Why am I doing this? Because I am committed to being the person who can have the thing. And this is what this person does. They get out of bed and they take care of business. So MAGIC, you had breaks in action. So therefore, the whole thing falls apart. So be very careful of that and get back to us and tell us what happened. Next, Jade.
Hi
Let me
everyone.
disappear and make room for Jade. Hello, Jade.
How are you guys doing?
We are doing fantastic.
Congrats on the trailer, and I want you
Thank
to know
you.
I just pre-ordered your book, Maisie Wood, so
Awesome.
ready to
Yes, thank you.
go.
I'm very excited about that too.
Yes, you do have my cat, by the way. I just saw him and I was like, that's Charlotte. I
You
just wanted to
you want him back? No, I'm kidding. Or water.
I just got rid of her. Like she sees the setup and it's like, I gotta be there. I don't know why. I just wanted to thank you for the insight you shared last time. I've been working through developmental edits, and I asked you a question about kind of the tension between trusting your gut and whether or not to
Capitulate, give up, give
yes.
in.
And the further I've gotten in, I'm like, this is like, I want to say like a good quarter of the pages. I'd like the last week, I felt myself not wanting to work on the edits anymore.
Hmm.
It's
That's
the good part is that she likes the book, but the bad part is that she likes it enough that she wants to write it.
oh
So
yeah.
now we've gotten to the part where she's like, what if he said this? What if instead of, you
Oh
know,
no, no, no.
so it's
Oh
kind of
no, no,
like
no, no.
so
That
I this is my
overstepping, overstepping.
it feels like it, but there's a part of me. This is just my third book, so I want to feel like it's like it's not, but there's also a part of me that's like, well, what if she's right? And your readers have a way of surprising you sometimes with the way they can, so there's that back and forth, but I just wanted to say what you said about 20 minutes ago with, talking to the editor and, just stand firm and small smile, not big smile, was just kind of helpful because I'm just kind of, I need to get these edits done. And I'm like, I just, so yeah, thank you.
Yeah, if she's editing like for clarity, like I don't understand this or this is confusing. Okay, that's editing. Change like maybe she should say this. I mean, some people could consider that editing, but that is writing. And I
Yes,
think if you can distinguish between what she's doing, where she's trying to write your book for you, or be a collaborator, which is not her job,
yes,
and editing, which is for clarity.
yes.
Sometimes it's because maybe a scene is dragging, maybe suggested trims. I've had editors suggest, why don't you move this and make it your prologue? That kind of stuff makes sense. But yeah, trust. Oh, there's no such thing as only 3 books. You are a veteran author, okay? So trust your instincts about when this editor is overstepping and only make those changes that you think make your book better, not a collaboration with her.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's hard. It's muddy because I think there's a certain kind of writing she knows and likes. There's a lot of like, can you stay in their head a little longer? Can there be another beat? More talk about the feelings. And I just had my agent like kick my ass about overwriting. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And so it's just a lot of kind of like, oh my God.
I mean, I love me some interiority. People who read me know I will even give a dog interiority, but and it does you should be able to judge if you've had enough inside your character's head at this point for this scene. If there is some interiority present and she wants another paragraph, nobody needs another paragraph of interiority.
Helped.
Yeah.
Like it's enough. We don't like it's not a running monologue. Like let's get it moving.
No, it's action and scene
Yes.
that keep readers compelled. Interiority should be in service to that, not the other way around.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you so much. I'm gonna
great.
go change myself to the desk now. Thank you.
Good,
Sounds good.
good, great, 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 great.
Avalon. Avalon, put your
Keep the
camera
battle
on, sweetheart.
alive. Avalon, good to see
Hello.
you.
I missed you guys the last couple weeks, but I am glad that, things are going well. Congratulations on just everything.
Oh, for good
Um,
reasons. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
yeah,
you. And
yeah.
we promise that we're going to keep everything we learn, we're going to keep turning around and sharing it with you guys.
Love to see it.
So
I
what can we
just
do for you today? What's the news?
I just have a positive update. And Steve, you're off the hook for $100 because I got my first acceptance last weekend.
Are you
So
serious? Oh
yes,
my God, I just got goosebumps. Oh my God,
Fantastic.
I'm so
And what was the
excited for
specific bet? What was the
you.
specific bet?
Well, you said
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The cheers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Cheers. Yeah.
thank you.
That is colossal.
The
It
we're
is
just
wonderful. And it was you were doomed to succeed.
yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
what I say to our students. If
Yeah, we
you
we just
will
shined
let
a
us help
light.
you,
You
you
you're
are
you were ready.
doomed to succeed.
You were ready, honey. You were ready. We're a
Okay.
footnote.
So I
So
think
what
the
was the
the
bet?
specific bet you said, if our program we haven't had anyone get past story 25, and if you get if it doesn't work for you, I owe you $100. So I was mostly joking that you don't owe me money, but
So what
and it
number
was
was it
number
for you?
15.
Oh, number
Sweetheart,
15.
Avalon, I
Nice.
would have been delighted to pay you $100 because as you kept going, I would ask questions and the questions would help me to refine the process. I, it's much more important that we be able to help people than it is that I keep that $100 in my pocket. I can afford $100 to learn what works to help you guys. I can afford that. Okay?
I'm
It's one of
so
the values of
excited.
money.
I'm so
Seriously.
glad that we were able to
Yeah.
share that news on
And
Fantastic.
I
the
just
Zoom.
wanted to give words of wisdom to people who are still waiting because it's been a year and a half process. I mean, just be persistent and be patient. This story I submitted back in January and I got it accepted last weekend.
Wow.
So, and there was another one that I submitted in January and didn't get it rejected until either June or July. So, things are running kind of slow in the publishing world right now, especially it seems like. So just keep submitting, keep simultaneously submitting. Like Steve said, don't wait until you get that response. Like
No,
just
I didn't
keep
say
sending it.
simultaneously submitting.
Okay.
A lot of
Fair enough.
places do not take simultaneous
That's
submissions.
true.
Okay,
Yeah.
to be very careful about that. But
Yeah,
serial
look
submissions,
at the
I mean,
rules, but
like,
more than
If
one
it's
story.
allowed.
Submit
yeah,
more
If
than
I
it's
one
mean,
story.
allowed, keep
if it's
sending.
allowed. Otherwise, it's just a story a month will get you there. A story a week would get anybody there rapidly. I mean, Harlan Ellison probably would have been writing 2 stories a week, which is one of the reasons that he became Harlan Ellison. Because, Ray Bradbury said, you can't write 100 bad stories in a row. Can't do it. One of them is going to actually have something at the minimum. And I think that once you're on this path, it's really closer to 1 out of 10. That I won't say that to people except people who are committed to the full ride. If you're committed to the full ride, I will admit, something, it ain't going to take you that long. It's just that you have to have that much commitment. You
What
have to be
what's
willing to say, I don't give a shit. I'm going to do this.
what's the story, Avalon? What's Jaime's asking, and I'm also curious, or at least
It's
what's the log line?
It's a micro fiction for a dark fairy tale anthology about from the perspective of Cinderella's stepsister trying to get her foot to fit into a shoe.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ew.
I love it.
Ew.
I love it.
Okay, that
It's a little
suggests,
body horror, little hyper
yes,
Yeah.
body horror
Good for
yes,
story.
you. Good for you. That sounds like a great
absolutely.
short film too, doesn't it,
Hand
honey?
me the axe.
Sounds like a great short film to me. All
Wow,
right.
wow,
Well,
that's a
congratulations,
terrific
Avalon.
idea. And just as sick and twisted as we would expect from you,
Oh
sweetie.
yes,
We're so
absolutely.
proud.
You're
Thank you
so, yeah,
guys.
that's right. You make
Thank
your
you for
mommy and
being the
daddy
support
so
group.
proud. Yeah, so if you wanted to workshop that, send it in.
Well, it's
Even though it's already sold, it might be useful for us to have people read a story that came out of the workshop,
that's true.
out of our workshopping, our teaching methodology, our pedagogy that's sold. So we can say, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
let's
not
see.
even for workshopping, but just so
So
this is
people can
how
read
you
and then we can
do
comment on it.
it.
Okay, great. Anything else? Anything
Congratulations.
we can do for you today, darling?
I don't think so. I just wanted to spread that positivity and for everyone else who is feeling like it's lagging. I was feeling that way last week this time. So just keep being persistent and keep working and it will come and keep telling yourself that it will come. Don't say like, "Oh, maybe it'll come." It will come. Just keep working. So that's all.
Sounds great.
Great.
Thank you very much. And
Congratulations.
once again, congratulations, darling.
So awesome. So
So
awesome.
let's see. We had somebody else on there.
There
Who's the
were
next
two
person to raise your
hands.
hand? Or are we going to raise it for you?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to stalk somebody. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? All right, Portia.
Hello, hello. I have some good news, and I also have something where, as I colloquially call you, Uncle Stephen can kind of put foot in my
Absolutely.
butt about.
Absolutely.
Um,
I'm happy to be avuncular to you, sweetheart.
but the good news is I am going to be teaching at WorldCon virtually. That's a dream come true. So I'll
Fantastic.
be teaching poetry of world building at WorldCon, and I couldn't believe that my proposal got accepted. And I was like,
Fantastic.
this is a huge deal for me, and
Absolutely. You want a happy dance over things like that. Put it
yes,
in your neurology that there is joy on this path. There is great joy on this path, and you deserve it. And the little girl inside you deserves to be dancing. Think about how long she's worked and how hard she's worked and how true she has been. And she loves her mommy for staying true to that vision. So
yes.
you guys go see, a movie or put on a movie that she used to enjoy or get your favorite flavor of ice cream or literally do something physical to celebrate this. This is huge. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Let it in.
So I'm laying it in. I'm really excited. So now to the butt kicking because I read the emails. I've read both of y'all's books, longtime fan. So I know that I need foot and butt for this.
Okay,
So
so tell me if you know this, and I'm asking you this question deliberately,
yes.
where's your breakdown?
Oh, I believe I'm having an identity issue. And by this, I
So what
am.
is it that you cannot do that the anxiety is the cause of it, but what's the
Mhm.
symptom? Where did you break down? Which link of the chain?
I am not, so what I'm not doing in the magic is I'm not doing the action because I have a short story idea that won't leave me alone. It's a
Okay.
portal jump fantasy with a 12-year-old protagonist set in DC. I'm from Washington, DC. Set in DC. The story just keeps coming back to me. It won't leave me alone. I would like to write this story.
Okay. So
Okay.
let me ask you a question. Are you
Mhm.
writing a sentence a day?
No.
Okay. So that your breakdown is in the first link. First link. And the specificity is critical so that you say, okay, where am I breaking down? I'm not writing a sentence a day. Start writing a sentence a day. The next breakdown might be, I can't finish this story, but you're writing a sentence a day. Okay. So I would say that you go right down that six link chain. The first thing is write a sentence a day. The second thing is finish the first draft on this idea. That you've got a month to finish it, to do it. Okay. And that means you probably have 2 weeks to write the first draft. That means it needs to be short. It needs to be very short. You know, can you write, if you were to look at that, writing a sentence a day, and then maybe you could jack that up to a half a page a day. If you did that, you'd have a 5 page story in 10 days. When you look, when you consider a 5 page story in 10 days, can you do that?
Absolutely.
Okay, then that gives you, if you do that, then you can make an absolute promise to yourself that by the end of September, you will submit this story. Okay, that's actually 6 weeks. That's more time than you need. 2 weeks to write it, 2 weeks to polish it, then maybe circulate. But you're looking to develop a system that will create, that at a sentence a day, minimum
Mhm.
sentence a day, that will give you a minimum of one story a month to send out. If you will do that, I can guarantee you that you'll be happy. And I will bet you that you cannot get to story 25 without selling, or I'll give you $100. Will you?
Okay.
You don't have to do. You don't have to bet anything but your time and energy. Will you take that bet
I will take that bet
from your
because
Uncle Steve?
yes, Uncle Steve, I will take the bet because I know I won't see your money because I know once I'm doing the system, I
That's
will
right.
not get to the 25. So I
And
know I will
if you
not get the money.
don't, it will be worth it for me to pay the money just to one inspire you,
Mm,
to let you know that I believe in you and that I believe in this system. That any feedback you get me is just data. If I need to change the system, if I need to polish something, thank you, tell me. Because the only thing that's important at this point, I've published almost 4 million words of fiction. I am on the other side of these issues. I have new issues. But this 6 step process works. And it works so well that I want to see, can I adapt this to other areas of life? I believe the answer is yes. But you are helping me test it, which means if I have 3 life goals: to escape suffering, embrace joy, and be of service, you're helping me be of service. And bless you, my child. I would gladly pay you $100 for that.
thank you so much. I'm gonna write when this is done. Thank you.
Fine. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, next, Sarah. Hello. Okay, you need to turn on your sound.
There we go. Sorry.
There you go.
Hi. So since last we spoke, I do have a short story submitted to Yope, their Montreal magazine, and they had a uh contest, and I'm waiting to hear if I'm part of the long list in September.
And what story are you working on now?
So I have actually two. Um,
Great.
Yeah,
Good.
so one of them is a vampire story set in my home in Gaspé in Quebec. Um, and another one is a uh, I have my computer in front of me. So another one is about a Wegovy type drug that makes people go back in time.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
Yes.
you can work on
cool.
both of them if your experience tells you that that's okay for you, that you actually finish work. Nothing matters except the evidence of getting things done and performing things. So can you actually juggle those two stories and still create a still turn out a story a month? Can you? All
Yes,
right,
I
then
think
do it. When are
Sounds
you
great.
committed? I want to know when are you committed to finishing the first of those stories?
the first of those stories, I can finish it by August 25th.
Sounds wonderful to me. In other words, not just finish it, submit it.
Finish
Submit
it.
it.
Okay. Submit
That's
it.
right. So by the end of August, you will have one of those stories finished and submitted. You do that, you come back here so we can all applaud you.
I can do that. I'm gonna write that here. Um, I wouldn't, I invite butt kicking right now, because I know my patterns. My daughter last year asked me to homeschool her this year. And I said yes. During the summer, I noticed that when I'm home with my children, I am keeping them um, in line with things that they need to do at home. So we do writing at home, we do reading at home. Um, I think I'm a bit worried I'm going to abandon myself in this process. What advice would
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll let Tananarive address that first because I know have a specific idea. But sweetheart, go for it.
Yeah, of course. Writing while parenting is not easy. But the good news is it is very much possible. Like I have an old picture of Steve where Jason was our son was a baby and he's sitting at his computer typing one-handed while holding the infant, against him with the other. And that's how we rolled. And if they're older than infants, then you do have opportunities for distraction. You do have opportunities to create what I call margins, like in your day where you can kind of sneak in. Honey, it could be in the bathroom. It can be like there are times I have my laptop open in the kitchen when I'm cooking. Like if I get a thought when I'm cooking, I can just type. Sometimes you have to get super creative. And you probably know this, that the myth of 2 to 4 hour writing blocks is just that. It's a myth. So given that it's very difficult to find those as a parent, especially if you have young kids, what are the 20-minute, 15-minute blocks? Instead of when they nap, you nap. When they nap, you write. Which is also hard because sometimes you do need that nap in order to write. I get that. So if they're napping for 30 minutes, you can nap for 15 and write for the other 15. You just have to get the fact that you're here asking about it tells me you're going to handle it because I think a lot of writers just sort of surrender. They surrender and they feel like that's what they're supposed to do. But part of what your kids need from you is you shining, right? They need to be able to read your stories one day. They need to know who their mom is, aside from the person who's just taking care of them. So you
Okay.
would actually be doing them a disservice to disappear into parenting.
Yeah, one of the things that they're looking for from you is can I become an adult and still keep my joy? If you convince them that you cannot do both, they will delay growing up as long as they possibly can. But if you tell them the real fun starts once you take responsibility for your life, yes, it is harder, but the goodies are worth it. I mean, hey, the sex alone. Uh, but
You don't need
but
to tell them that.
it's what you do is you start with the commitment to take 5 minutes for yourself, no matter what. And this is one of the very real reasons why women have not been as uh, famous as scientists and explorers, because raising families, without somebody raising the family, the entire society falls apart. So, what freed women in a lot of ways was not politics, but in my mind, it was birth control in the 60s. That
Which is related to politics.
for the first time in human history, women had control of the reproductive cycle. I mean, in a way that we never have before as a species. So you have options now. Your goal is to first take, let's say, a single breath that is yours every day, and you expand that to either 5 minutes in the morning or 5 times during the day. You set your watch for 3 hours, and when it goes off, you breathe 60 seconds of deep, slow diaphragmatic breathing because you have the time. What you don't have is the clarity. And you can get the clarity by demanding that you take at least 60 seconds a day for you. And then you leverage that to 5 minutes. And then you leverage that to an hour. And 1 hour a day, if you could get 1 hour of the day back, and you'll notice an awful lot of women writers, especially, they are staying up late or getting up early in order to get that time. And you just read them, and you'll see that that is very consistent. So you're aiming in that direction. That you're going to steal an hour a day back from the world. In an hour a day, you could easily write a page, and that's 365 pages a year, 30 pages a month. You can write, if you can write 1 page a day, that's 2 stories. You understand that what you need is that clarity to understand that your exhaustion, your confusion, all those things are totally real. They're totally legitimate. Forgive yourself for being human. Okay? If you can forgive yourself for being human, then you get an infinite amount of stuff to write about. The struggle that human beings have just being human in the world is an endless font of real emotional core for your stories. The You are demonstrating to your kids that they can take adult responsibilities and still be kids. I see that with my son, that as he takes more and more responsibility, we spend more time talking about Marvel movies. Why? Because he wants to be absolutely sure that if he accepts these adult responsibilities, am I saying he can't have fun anymore? Am I saying childhood is over? No, you bring your kid with you. You're just now, so your goal is you're obviously a good mom. So be sure to be mother to the little girl inside you. That is your first task. If you can be mother to the little girl inside you, now she is the sister to your other kids in some very real ways. You can step into the kid part and be a kid. You can be the mom part and manage the house. You can do both these things, and you are showing them that you can accept full adult responsibilities and still have a hell of a good time in life. And
And
that's what they want to know.
you mentioned that you're doing writing assignments with your kids. Why, you could sit and write while they write.
They're
So
they're they're obsessed with Florida Man. The concept of Florida Man is amazing to them. So my son was not much of a writer, but I told him, if you can write me a Florida Man article where he does the what, who, when, where, and how, um, a police statement, two witness statements, and what they did to fix it, then anything else is carte blanche. And it really motivated them. Um, and
Yeah, make it a contest. Say, okay, we're gonna sit down. I'm going to say go. We're going to run the timer. Let's see who can get it done first. And it doesn't absolutely remove, doesn't have to be good. Just has to be finished and have those elements. Because what blocks people is the thought that it has to be good. No, not first draft, just has to get done. You polish it later. So you don't cook dinner at the store. You just get the ingredients and drag them home. Okay? If you think you have to do it all, if you compare your first draft to the finished work of Flannery O'Connor or Ray Bradbury, you will want to blow your brains out because your first draft, everybody's first draft is crap. Everybody. Okay? You give yourself permission to be rotten because you remember that it may be bullshit. It may be a pile of bullshit, but there's a pony in there somewhere. All you have to do is have a big pile of bullshit and then chip away everything that doesn't look like a pony. And you've got it. You have to have faith. And the only way you get faith is by doing that process over and over and over again. I know that if I do 1,000 words a day, no matter how garbage it is, if I'm finishing a 15,000 word story, I go back and read what I did. There's going to be good stuff in there. I don't even know what I'm doing. I have an unconscious competence. I'm a storyteller. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's the thing that's been closest to my heart. It's why I can look at Tananarive and say, "Oh my God, look at how magnificent this woman is at doing this," and then look at how ambitious she is about making her career work. I fell in love with her at first sight. For all practical, 72 hours after we met, we were engaged. That's the
More or
truth.
less. More or
More or
less.
less,
Yeah.
we were engaged. And we got married a year and a half later, and we've been married for 29 years. Because I knew exactly what I wanted out of life, so I could recognize somebody who was on the same path. And all I had to do is say, would you like to walk this path with me in life? We're traveling in the same direction at about the same speed. Your work is going to be about aligning your dreams, your heart, with what you know of process, your mind, and the physical work of sitting down and gutting it out. Why? Because that's what you said you'd do. Just like shoveling a path in the snow so that your kid can go to school or go out and play or whatever it is. You don't do it because it's fun. You do it because that's what you're committed to doing. This is who you said you were. So you're going to do the work. And I can promise you that if you follow the path that we've laid out, you will sell before you've reached story 25. How long will it take for you to do that? If you wrote two stories a week, you'd be there in 3 months. If you write a story a week, you're going to be there in half a year, Or if we say 100 stories, if you're ready for that, then you say, okay, am I willing to do 100 stories? I'll write a story a week for 2 years, or a story a week for 4 years, or whatever it is. I can do that. Now it's just let me continue to input, get better, write, finish. Let me write, finish. It's just like going to martial arts class. Yes, you get your butt kicked. So what? You stay there because you have seen it turn chumps into champs. You've seen it, you've seen the process. You say, okay, I'm simply going to step into this process and I'm going to give myself up to this process and I'm going to have fun. Once you surrender to the process, it's like one of the things that I say is, how can I do X and have fun in the process? Oh, it's Walgreens wanting to reach me. And I'm going to send it on to voicemail. This is the way that you decide what it is that you're going to do. You create a plan to get there, and then you observe how you dealt with the plan. So you give yourself points simply for executing. Has nothing to do with the result. That will come in time. The boulder takes 100 strokes to split. You don't stop after every stroke and see if I see a crack yet. Okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yes,
Is this useful to you?
very.
Fantastic.
Because this is what I do.
That's
But
right.
this makes more sense. Yeah.
That's right. Then get to work. And remember, your kids are watching. If they see you working hard, having fun, taking care of them, and not resenting them for a moment, then they see that life is hard but fair. And that's what they need to know. That's what they need to know from you. Do not sacrifice your dreams for your kids. Make them part of your dream or find a way to include your dream. But they're watching. Okay? All righty. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You bet. Okay. Who's next? Because we're getting ready to leave on our vacation. And this has been a really good meeting today. I think it's been really great. Tananarive, is there anything you want to say? She's always busy.
I was already sorry. Hey, well, I think the only thing to say is, first of all, this has been a great gathering. So good to reconnect with everyone. Now we want you to go out and make yourself the hero or heroine in your own story.
The hero in the adventure of your lifetime.
Bye
Take care,
bye.
people. We'll see you
Bye
next week.
bye.
Bye bye. Unmute yourselves. Everybody say goodbye.
See you next time.
Bye,
Wonderful to see
Bye,
you all.
everybody.
That's
Bye,
Have a great week,
everybody.
fantastic.
everyone.
Okay, bye bye.
Have a
Bye
great
bye,
weekend.
everybody.